I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try it. So my wife had one of these Sapphire Beauty or Studio Beauty Sapphire files that we got at Walgreens, and the handle is broken. Basically the plastic cracked right where you use it. So since I do everything else with wood, I figure if I cut this little piece in half and I sandwich it and I drill and pin it like you do with knife handles, and then I glue it back together and then round it, that might work as a replacement handle, because she says she really likes this file. So why not? We'll try it as a project. Okay, so for both of the side pieces, I drew where the back is supposed to go. Kind of see that on there. And on one of the sides, I drew where this would stick in, so I know where to put the pins. And then on the other two sides, the matching faces, I have the mirror images. And what I did was I set my Dremel, well, my Dremel plunge router bit with the depth at half, or approximately half, of the thickness of the file, or tried. And then I routed out, using that, the two mirror images. You can just barely see that there's, well, I don't know if it's coming on the video, but you can just barely see there's a very thin, very little indent. And when I held this together, and clamped it with my fingers, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this and hold the phone at the same time. The answer to that is no, I was not able to hold it in between my fingers and get it all lined up. But see if I jam it in there, it stays pretty good. And there's no gap. Where's the camera? There's the camera. So I think that's going to work. So now I need to try and glue it and then pin it. And I have to decide if I want to just try super glue, and then I will put some pins in. Or maybe I should drill the pins first. I don't know. I haven't done this before, so I'm figuring it out as I go, based on, you know, things I've seen where people do knife things and such online. But this should work. So I have a numbered drill bit set, and when I measured it, the shaft, well, let me back up. When I take stuff apart, I keep things that might be useful. So I had a little stainless steel shaft that came out of some printer or something. And that measured at 0.117 inches in diameter. So I am lucky enough to have a numbered drill bit set. And 0.117 is slightly larger than 0.116, which is a number 32. So I took the number 32 bit, put it in my new Walker Turner drill press, which is awesome. Used the magnetic fence to line up where it's supposed to go. Drilled down through, and then used a hacksaw to cut pieces off the shaft. And then we have this. So there are 3 pins, 2 going through the actual metal of the nail file and 1 just in the oak. So, and I ended up using thick super glue to glue it together, and then activator. I think that's going to work fine. The super glue would have filled up the spots, and if I get these pins right, that should keep it from moving a whole lot. Hopefully it'll work. We'll see. It's better than the broken plastic. Regardless, it's better than the broken plastic. But next, what I'm going to try and do is, since they do slightly slide back and forth in the holes, and then I think I'm going to use thin super glue and glue that, and then activator it, and hopefully that will lock those in, and then I can work on filing and sanding this handle into some sort of shape. That's what I'm going to try. We'll see how well it does or does not work. But so far it's working, so we'll see. All right, well, let me move over into the light a little better. Of course, that'll probably be too bright, but that's the way it goes. So I managed to use the file, and I filed it smooth on both sides. I used the thin super glue to lock them in. It doesn't seem like it's going to move. And then I rounded off all the edges. And to me at least, it feels good to hold. I'll have to go check with the boss to see if she agrees. If she does, we can either leave it just plain oak without finish, or maybe I can just do a quick polyurethane on it. But before polyurethaning it, find out if she needs it more angled or more tweaked. Because right now there is a fairly, I mean, they're rounded corners, so to me, again, it feels okay. But she may want them more rounded, or this may not work at all. She may say, oh, that's way too thick. That's not going to work at all. I don't know. But the cool thing is, that did work. Or at least it seems to. It's something I could use. So if she doesn't want it, maybe I'll just keep it. But yeah, that seems like it should be a fully functional handle. In person, you can just barely see the gap. I don't know if it'll come out on video. Between, you know, where the two halves were joined. But I think with the 3 pins, that will give it enough stability, and it should be fine. I mean, when you push the top part, the bottom part moves versus it moving in the handle. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. So my first foray into handles and such. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, very cool. I like it.